name is Sierra Perry, and I wanted to share my story of cancer. I'm 26 years old, and on March 26th or 27th, I got my diagnosis of my breast cancer, which is invasive ductal carcinoma. And it was kind of shocking. My lump started out really small, like maybe like that small or something like that, and I just thought maybe it was a cyst, because I looked up, and girls my age will get like cysts and or boils and stuff, but then it started growing real fast, out of control. It started growing sometime after Harvey or before Harvey, that's my guess. It just started growing out of control, and then I finally went to my doctor, my gynecologist, for the annual pap smear, and along with the annual pap smear I requested the breast examination. She examined it, measured it. It was like 4x5 or 4x4 centimeters, and she took me to a place called The Rose, and that's where I went to go get a mammogram, a 3D ultrasound, and a biopsy. I did the 3D ultrasound first to see if it was either a solid mass or a cyst, which is fluid filled, and it was definitely a solid mass with its own blood flow. Then I went in to go. Then the next day after the 3D ultrasound, I went to get the mammogram and the biopsy. That all happened within a short period of time. I think the longest thing that took was getting my insurance set up and my oncologist set up. I think that's the longest time that between anything that took. And the wait, these people will have you wait until Christmas. Waiting on these people are like waiting on Christmas, and it was frustrating me. But I finally got my doctor, and he's pretty good. He knows what he's doing, and he's doing the best he can to help me out. Sorry, I'm giving my daughter snacks. And right now, I had just gotten the surgery port in for my chemotherapy. I have a band-aid over this just to protect the little hole in my neck from the catheter, because I just didn't want the surgical glue falling off, just a precaution. This one, I don't know if you can see, but there's like just a little bump right there where the port is, and then the incision with the surgical glue. I just keep that covered. That way the kids won't climb on top of me and scratch it. I have a almost 5-year-old and then a 15-month-old. So right now the pain isn't bad. It's just really sore, and like the doctor and everything, they don't recommend you picking up anything heavy or anything like that. Right here, if you can see it in the camera, I'll see if I can turn it around, is basically my little x-ray. It shows you where the port and the catheter is, which is really nice. I thought that was pretty cool to look at. Just put that over there. And yeah, well, anyways, to tell you my stage and everything, I'm stage 2A. That is until they can look at the lymph nodes and do the surgery. And my hormone receptors, I am estrogen positive and HER2 positive. And the HER2 positive is what really decided by my doctor and my surgeon to get chemotherapy. This is why my port is in now. And I just got that in yesterday. Only worst thing about that was that going under anesthesia is always makes me nervous having to do that. So that was actually just done yesterday. I'm supposed to start chemo maybe next week or so. I'm working out some stuff with my insurance to make sure that can happen. And yeah, but the HER2 positive was really the deal breaker, the thing that needs to be tackled the most. And I went to go see my doctor, I think last Wednesday, and that's when he decided, let's try to get this port in as soon as possible. And he just wants to keep the ball rolling, which is good. We just got to make sure my insurance is up and good as well before I can do anything. And I don't know, for right now, I'm holding myself in pretty good. I don't know if it's really sunk in, not the fact that I have cancer. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm young, and everyone who I tell my story to are like, "You're too young." Like the doctors, nurses in the hospital yesterday, like, "You're too young for this. Why are you going for this? My heart's breaking." So it's fine, you know. Not looking for pity. I'm looking for, you know, just understanding and, you know, just support emotionally is what I'm gonna need the most. I mean, I watch other videos of girls on YouTube, pretty inspiring young women, and, you know, that's pretty good. And like I was telling one of my friends earlier, I don't wish this on my worst enemy, but for me, it's better me than my children, because I'd be more torn apart if it was one of my children who have gotten something like this than me. But the thing about my age is I'm being positive about it, is because I can go through chemo, I can do this aggressive treatment, and, you know, and tackle this real easy. But good thing my doctor we are kind of in the middle of the treatment plan. We have chemotherapy gonna go first, which hopefully we can get started next week. And then after that, after the chemo's all done, he didn't give me the amount of rounds. He's gave me like 4 or 5 months worth of chemo, and then after that he said he's going to give me like a tiny break to recuperate, and then we're going to go for the double mastectomy. The reason why I want a double mastectomy is to prevent this from coming back in the future and becoming maybe even more aggressive. I am a candidate for reconstruction. I've already met with my surgeon, which I think was Monday. I met with her. Really nice lady. My care team is pretty awesome. My nurses, my oncologist, my surgeons are all great, and I'm glad I have them on my side. And they said to not hesitate to call if I have any questions. Just everything else. I think before my chemo starts, I need an echo. I don't know if anybody else knows what that is, but an echo is basically, it's not an actual x-ray. I'm not sure how it works. I'm just going to go in and find out by myself, I guess. It's kind of like an x-ray. It's just to check heart function, to make sure your heart can withstand, I guess, the chemo drugs. And so I'm getting that all scheduled and figured out and everything. I just wanted to tell y'all about that I'm going through in my diagnosis. And I want to tell any other young women who's my age, I guess it doesn't matter any age, but especially for young women, if you're going through something like this and you find your diagnosis, I'm always free to talk to. You can text me, hit me up, or anything if you want, and we can talk about it. I'm on an amazing support group on Facebook called Breast Cancer Sisters. They're amazing women, and they lots of words of encouragement, and I have encouragement from friends and family, and a lot of people, you know, didn't expect this, so, you know, they're trying to help as much as they can, helping out with the kids if I have long hours of appointments, and I've been very grateful up to this point. And like I said, my main priority is still my kids, and if anything, if I'm gonna hold it together, it's gonna be for them. I don't really want them to know I'm sick, but, you know, there's gonna be days where I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna try to hold it together the best I can for my kids, because my kids are my number one thing. If I have any kind of reason to beat my cancer, it's for my kids. They're young, you know. I don't want to hide it from them, but also want to let them know, you know, on days, you know, mommy's sick, mommy can't do certain things, you know, mommy can't go certain places. But if anything, I want them to know that I'm okay, and that I'm going to fight this and beat this for them. And that's my main goal. So, like I said, if there's anybody who's going through the same thing, keep your head up. If you have young children like I do, you know, just keep it together for them, because in the end, you know, it's your kids that need you. It's, you know, they may have other family members, but I'm their mommy, and I definitely, you know, need to keep it together for them, because they're one of the most important things in my life. And so I'm just posting this, not posting this for pity. I'm just posting this just to share my experience and let people know what I'm going through, and let people know that if you are diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer can be beaten so easily, and I'm very positive about this whole thing. And anybody else going through this, just keep your head up. That's the best you can do. It's easier said than done, but that's what I'm doing, and I have to keep doing it. So I'm gonna try to make another video probably sometime either before chemo treatment or like the day after, just, you know, just to show how it is, just to show, you know, what it takes and what I'm going through. And I'm gonna try to keep doing videos to share my whole cancer experience with you guys. So if you guys can, y'all can like and subscribe, and I will keep posting throughout my cancer journey. And remember, cancer sucks. I don't know if it's backwards, but this is one of my favorite buttons. I think it may be backwards, but it says cancer sucks. My doctor gave this to me yesterday. So remember, keep positive, stay pink, like and subscribe, and I will be vlogging again very soon. Thanks.